Hey guys!
What up, people?
Kishan here.
Chanel.
And together we are...
Kishnell. So today we are doing a reaction video and we are reacting on
15 things Americans don't know about the USA.
Yeah.
I'm American.
So let's see how much do you know about America, do I know about America, and do Americans know about
America.
USA. It's USA. Let's start.
15 things Americans don't know about the United States of America. According to the International Monetary Fund, China overtook the U.S. as the largest economy since 2014.
China is over everything.
This has to do with the labor force, along with manufacturing being too expensive. In 2010, General Electric made over $14 billion in profit, but ended up paying $0 in taxes in the U.S. We have a video on the countries with the most billionaires in the world, and by the end of the year, China will overtake the U.S. in that department also. They're getting a new billionaire every 5 days, and a lot of international investments that were supposed to go into the U.S. market are now redirected there, further fueling the gap.
Number 2.
The United States is responsible for one of the largest genocides in world history.
Wow.
In just a few hundred years, almost all of them were wiped out. Many historians estimate the lower number of Indian deaths to be around 20 million, and on the higher end, up to 98 million. That's 10 times more than Hitler's Holocaust. When the settlers came in, they brought with them more developed technology. Before the Holocaust, Hitler gave the US and many other nations the option to take in Jewish refugees. They all refused.
And on a side note about American Indians, we aren't very good to them either. We have reservations for them, and they're under-resourced, they're very poor, there's a lot of crime.
Yeah, America is very racist, isn't it?
I mean, we do have a history of it.
Number 3. The United States was one of the last countries on Earth to abolish slavery. In December 1865, the U.S. finally abolished slavery. Great news! What about the rest of the world? It turns out Russia did it 150 years before the U.S.
Wow.
in
150 years?
China
Russia?
in 1725.
China.
Portugal in 1761. 1790 in Denmark and Norway. 1793 in Canada. And 1 year later, France. In the early 1800s, not only did the British figure out slavery is a bad thing, they even started paying other countries to cease their slave trade. The only countries that took longer than the U.S. to abolish slavery were their remote colonies and the Middle East.
Please comment down which movie is that.
A quick fact we wanted to slip in. America's first documented slave owner was a black man.
I did know that.
I want to see that movie.
Number 4. America is not the greatest country in the world. U.S. ranks 14th in education, 44th in healthcare, 35th in math, 15th in literacy, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 14th in happiness, 19th in internet connection,
all their facts ready.
47th in press freedom, 89th in child vaccination.
And let's talk about that 47th in the freedom of press. Like, literally, that's one of our core amendments. Like, that is supposed to be, like, the foundation in which my country is made.
And we just checked about this, right? New Zealand come in number 7 position.
Yeah.
Because healthcare, education, and life expectancy is really good in New Zealand.
Definitely. And okay, so I understand that New Zealand is where we're living right now is vastly better in all of these aspects, but for some reason I still have this immense patriotism and love for my country, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that, like, we have so much work to do.
Now every country has good and bad parts, I feel, and I think like it's so different. The one video that we reacted before, they were just telling all the good parts about
Right,
India.
India. We did a reaction video about India, and
Yeah.
they were saying all the good things.
And in this one, they just telling like how America has been from years and how like not in a recent time. They're just telling everything which was like
bad
years
in the
back.
history. Yeah. I think that it's a good perspective shift. I think that we should do a video about why we love our country.
Yeah.
Our countries. That'd be fun.
And we'll stop there. These numbers are very easy to fact check for yourself.
Okay.
But wait, Alux, America can't be that bad.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, America's always
can be
number
more
one,
bad.
right?
She was being
Okay,
sarcastic.
hold on. Number 5. America is leading the world in the number of people in prisons. There are an estimated 9 million people in prisons around the world.
9?
A quarter of all of them are in the U.S.
My God.
America is number 1 in energy consumption per
Big
individual.
crime.
The average American consumes 3 times more energy than the average European.
Okay.
And something that I don't think you understood is that in America, there's no ability to like switch on and off your power switches.
What?
Yeah.
You don't have any like power switches to turn it on and off.
Like they're just always on, and I think that's
That's crazy. Why would you do that? Even in the bedrooms.
every single part of the house. Like I've never in my 18 years of living when I was in the
So-
United States had to turn on my outlet.
So do you sleep by your light on?
No, like the electricity is
That's
always
crazy.
going to the outlet, so it's at any second it's.
But you have the switches to turn it off, on.
So like the power, like to turn the lights off on and off, yes.
Okay.
But the outlets, you can't turn them off.
Okay.
They're always switched on the on position. There's no, yeah.
Okay.
The U.S. is also the country that did the most damage to the ozone layer, causing global warming.
That's
Only
not good,
recently,
US.
China overtook the U.S. as the main polluter in the world. But the U.S. has been at it for a lot longer than China, and
Okay.
is still massively polluting the environment. America is also leading obesity, self-esteem, ignorance on what is happening around the world. People who believe
curry, you'll
angels
be
are
healthy.
real, and number 6. 4 Earth-sized planets would be required to sustain the level of consumption of the United States.
4
The average American
Earth-sized
consumes around
planets.
35 tons of food during his lifetime. That's 80 times more than the average
That's why McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, like everything is from America. Because you like eating fast food and you like eating...
The way food is in America is vastly different than here in New Zealand, for instance. Like, because we're all about fast, we're all about like high fat, sugar, salt. Like,
Yeah.
it's really different.
Bad.
human needs. The U.S. is the largest food waster in the world, and also the largest water consumer in the world.
Bad,
This is
bad,
a weird
US.
At least 1 in 25 people
Oh.
sentenced to the death penalty in the U.S. is innocent.
How do they know?
Over 60%
Yeah,
of
if they
people
know
in
it,
prison
why are
can't read.
they in the jail?
Over 90% of the people in jail are blacks or Hispanics, and it costs the U.S. over $2.3 million to keep one prisoner in Guantanamo. Number 8. Interracial marriage was banned up to 50 years ago, and same-sex marriage was just recently legalized.
You
In
go-
2015?
yeah, literally, like a couple years ago. But do you understand what that first one's saying?
Yeah.
It's literally saying that
Interracial marriages.
me and you couldn't get married, like, my grandma's like 60 years old, so like 50, yeah, so like... if
Yeah,
we were-
Americans are bad in maths.
Like, when my grandma was born,
Hmm.
we couldn't have gotten married. It was absolutely no.
You were not born when your grandma was born.
I get what you're saying, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, it's so recent. Like, my grandma's not that old. She's only
Yeah.
60 years old.
My grandma is 103 and she's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
This is just crazy.
This is a really cute video.
It's
I
amazing.
don't think so. Like a lot of people know about this because in my perspective, America was. I really thought that America was equal and America was modern from the starting. They care about each other more than in other countries. But yeah, this is a really good video, and you should share it
Please
so
share
everyone
it.
knows it.
This is absolutely something that the world
We'll
needs
put
to
the
see.
original video link in the description. So it's a really good
You
video.
can
guys.
watch and comment there. You should share ours though.
Always.
Number 9. There are more shopping malls than high schools in the U.S.
Okay.
Not to mention that the cost of education increased 5 times in the last 30 years. Number 10. During the Prohibition years, the government actively added poison to alcohol reserves, killing over 10,000 people in the process. 11. There are at least 100 people in the U.S. named LOL.
If you know someone named LOL, let me know.
Last year we've seen
One day we want to move to America, and it is so expensive
Yeah,
to raise children, especially in because we want to be in California. Like that's gonna be
How these poor people growing their kids?
It's a really good question.
Like
it's a
that
struggle.
costly. Like you don't even earn that much a year.
Yeah, it's 100%.
So how much?
Like my
crazy.
family was of the working poor, and so we were constantly worried about money, living paycheck to paycheck.
Nice, but
Not nice.
India is a poor country, plus it's a rich country as well, and we never experienced this thing. Like our parents did everything for us, from our studies, from our colleges, from our food, from our lifestyle. Like they just paid for everything and never expected anything back from us.
Right. It's very, very different.
Hmm.
The way India does it is actually really nice.
If you live in the U.S., you now have a 50% chance of getting cancer before you die.
Well, that's crazy.
1 in 5 deaths every year is caused by smoking. Number 13. There are more Americans on Facebook right now than the number of people who voted in this election.
That's why Donald Trump win.
Oh my God.
As of October 18th, 2016, there have been a total of 2,386 U.S. military deaths in the war in Afghanistan. The number of civilians killed in this process is around 30,000.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Number 15. The United States is the only country in history of the world to ever use an atomic bomb, and that was against a non-atomic country, Japan. Approximately 250,000 people have been killed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki combined.
Everyone thinks America's so great, but we're bad at a lot of things. There's so much room for improvement.
Yeah.
And I think that we are a very large country, and we have a lot of intelligent, capable minds.
Yeah.
And I think that because we suck so badly, we have the ability to help the world a lot. And so,
that's right.
I think that that's the patriotism, talking in me, but,
This
I
video,
have hope.
So yes, this video is a really good video.
Perfection. That was amazing.
That was amazing, and pretty sure you also like those video. And tell us what are those factors that you also knew about America. Comment down below. If you want us to do more reaction like this, please subscribe to our channel and comment us what you want us to do next.
Yes. And again, last time we're gonna say it. This video needs to be shared.
Yes.
Please share this video.
Yeah, a really good video.
Alright.
Bye bye guys. Enough.